Trennbare Verben, separable verbs. Separable verbs are a phenomenon in German that corresponds a little bit to phrasal verbs in English. Yeah, in English you have, for example, to try something on, to look something up, to turn something off. And this little preposition at the end changes the meaning of the verb completely. Yeah? To turn has a different meaning than to turn something off or to turn something on. In German you also have this base verb, for example, probieren, to try, but if you add the little prefix anprobieren, it has a totally different meaning. It means to try something on. Yeah? To turn something off in German is ausmachen. Machen on its own means to make, to do, but ausmachen means to turn something off. Anmachen means to turn something on. So this little prefix determines the meaning of the word. And separable verbs are called separable verbs because in some cases you have to separate them. These cases are when the verb is in the first or in the second position of the sentence. Usually it's in the first position if you ask a question. Let's see some examples for anprobieren. You would ask, do you try the dress on? Probierst du das Kleid an? Then probierst is in the first position of the sentence. Or in a regular statement, I try the dress on. Ich probiere das Kleid an. Then it's in the second position of the sentence. Yeah, you have a rule in German that says when you have a main sentence, the verb is in the second position. Okay? So in what cases is it not separated? It's usually not separated if you have a modal verb, like können, möchten, müssen, dürfen. Then in any case you have to use the infinitive. You know that already. Yeah? So ich kann das Kleid anprobieren. I can try the dress on. Yeah? And very often it is also not separated if it's used in a subordinate sentence. If you use conjunctions like weil or das that send the conjugated verb to the end of the sentence. For example, ich bin hier, weil ich das Kleid anprobiere. I am here because I try the dress on. Yeah? So, let's see some more separable verbs. The first one is anfangen, to begin. Anfangen. Du fängst mit der Arbeit an. Anfassen, to touch. In a museum, for example, they can say, bitte fassen Sie das nicht an. Please don't touch that. Bitte fassen Sie das nicht an. Then, anmachen, to turn on. Er macht das Licht an. He turns on the light. Ausmachen, du machst die Musik aus. You turn the music off. Aufmachen. Ich mache die Flasche auf. Aufmachen means to open, so I open the bottle. And the opposite of aufmachen is zumachen, to close. Ich kann den Koffer nicht zumachen. I cannot close the suitcase. Ich kann den Koffer nicht zumachen. Yeah? So you see, a verb can have many different prefixes and many different meanings. Machen is the basic word, the basic verb, and the prefixes are an, aus, auf, and zu. Anmachen, ausmachen, aufmachen, and zumachen. The next one is aufwachen, to wake up. Ich wache 5 Uhr auf. I wake up at 5 o'clock. Aufstehen means to get up. Ich stehe 6 Uhr auf. Aufschreiben, to write something down. Sie schreibt das Wort auf. Einkaufen. Wir kaufen heute ein. And vorbereiten. Ich bereite meine Rede vor. So you've already noticed that the prefix always goes to the very end of the sentence. In German we like to send things to the end of the sentence. This is one of these things. Yeah. So the next one is losgehen, to leave. Ich muss jetzt losgehen. I have to leave now. And losfahren, Wann fahren wir los? When do we leave? So losgehen and losfahren both mean to leave. Do you know what the difference is? Do you have any idea? Losgehen is used if you walk, and losfahren is used if you drive, if you go on some kind of transportation. Yeah? Gehen and fahren, to go and to drive. Then hinausgehen, to go out. Ich gehe kurz hinaus. Kurz means short, shortly, so I go out shortly. It means I will be back in a minute. Ich gehe kurz hinaus. And in the informal language you can also say ich gehe kurz raus. That's a bit shorter and it has exactly the same meaning. Yeah? Then the opposite is hereinkommen, to come in. Der Mann kommt herein. You can also say der Mann kommt rein. That's the same meaning, it's just a bit shorter. Yeah? Let's say you're sitting in your office and somebody knocks on the door. Then you can say herein, and it means come in, herein. Yeah? The next one is mitkommen, to accompany or to come with. Kann ich mitkommen? Can I come with? You or them or him or her. It's clear by the context. You don't need to add who you want to come with. It's just kann ich mitkommen? Yeah? Mitarbeiten, to work with somebody, to collaborate. Arbeitet nie mit. He never works with us, with them. Yeah? He never participates in the work. Mitspielen. Wer spielt mit? Who plays with us or with me? It depends on the context. You can add mit to any verb and it means that somebody is participating in the action. Mitkommen, mitarbeiten, mitspielen and many others. Weggehen. Warum gehst du schon weg? Why are you already going away? Wegfahren. Wir fahren bald weg. We will leave soon. We will drive away soon. Zurückgehen, to go back. Ich werde nie zurückgehen. I will never go back. And zurückfahren, by car or by bus. Wir fahren 15 Uhr zurück. And the last one is zugucken, to watch somebody do something. Ich gucke dem Mann zu. It's like I watch the man do something. Good. That was a first overview of some separable verbs, but we will see many more in the future.